Good morning, good day, good evening. My name is Jonathan Regan, also known as New Questions. I am coming to you from Blockchain Education headquarters, blockchaineducation.com.au, here on the Gold Coast. Beautiful day outside. I'm going to swing that camera around one day when I finally get around to it. I've got this other camera over there. It works really great, but I want this one to swing around. Looks great. Speaking of swinging, look at this for some beautiful swinging action on Bitcoin. We have the nice little sort of support level that we've got going on down here at around about 7,800. So not a bad place to be thinking about putting in a buy order. Let's actually put this down in this sort of zone here, and you can see how many times we've actually come in and tapped it. So this would be your buy zone. So we've come down in 1, 2, 3, almost 4, certainly 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So at least 15 times a single 45-minute candle has dipped into that buy zone, and very much a good place to buy, because coming out of this we've had the better part of 5 to 10% each time. So really nice movement either side of the 200 moving average. 200 moving average being this one here. You might want to think about buying as it comes over the 200 and then selling as it goes below. Just fairly standard methodology sort of stuff. Interesting ranging markets, continuing to range. We're still basically dead flat on the ADX, average directional index, still under the threshold, DI negative, DI positive, very, very slim pickings here. And we're basically in this ranging zone. You know, we're not going to make much money trading Bitcoin. And to be honest, with such a giant move recently into sort of a rapid fire downtrend, you probably don't want to just be trading Bitcoin. It's good if you're active trading every single day, but at the end of the day, if you're doing that, then there's actually better coins to trade than simply trading Bitcoin against US dollar Tether on Binance, as we can see here. What sort of calls? What sort of coins? What sort of algorithmic entries are we talking about here? Well, let's look at ENG. I gotta say, this one's a real killer. ENG, one that I used to call quite a lot when it was first introduced, one of the interesting coins out there. The call was actually made by Sue, I believe. It went 50%, 50.69%. And you can see this red zone here. 4 days and 17 hours ago was when the analyst decided to call it. So here we are right now, UTC time locked in, and this was when the call was. Now you can sort of see that the ADX had sort of gone out. We've got DI positive. We're trending nicely here. Really nice and very interesting call here. So 4 days, 17 hours and 15 minutes ago. And then this move here, absolutely monstrous 50% move in the system. We'll have a look at those calls in a second. You can see them all time-stamped in the system. TNT BTC, one we've talked about loads and loads. TNT doing fantastic thing, continues to do fantastic things. This one 3 days and 13 hours ago was the most recent call by the analyst. I think it was just in this zone here, and just as we popped and moved away from that 50 and extended away from that 200, you can see the bands are extending away, broke through the top of the RSI cave, and just a rapid fire movement up here. And not only that, we had a retrace down into this area and yet another rapid fire. So a couple of opportunities to sell, in fact making a new higher high as we speak. So TNT still looking really good. Let's have a look at TNT on the 4 hourly. And I got to say, there's a reason why the blockchaineducation.com.au algorithms and the analysts have been all over this for weeks and weeks now. Let's have a look at this move from here all the way up to the recent high, 160% in 19 days. If you're not aware of this on a daily basis, if you're not trading these ups and downs and making loads and loads of money, loads and loads of big, this is a beautiful trend. Nothing unusual about it, nothing fluky, meets our methodology perfectly. Beautiful ADX movement, explosive move over the 200 moving average, sitting inside the RSI cave for the majority of this period of time. If you're not making 160% in a few weeks in this market right now, then either one of two things is happening. Either you're not a member, or you are a member and you're just taking it easy, and well, you know, good for you. You know how the methodology works. The members know how to make money in this market. That's why they stick with us. If you're thinking about becoming a member and you're impressed by all the calls and all that sort of stuff, take advantage of our discount offer right now, 7-day refund policy. You can come in, check out all the system, learn the methodology, ask questions, sit in chat, look at all the trading videos, and basically get into some of these calls and these signals that can make you a lot of money. Now, how much money? Lots of money. In fact, our system is so good that we actually teach our members, and some members have sort of risen to the top of the pile, so to speak, and they've kind of put up their hand and said, "Can I do calls for other people? Can I put out a signal for other people in the community?" And we call those manual calls. And I want to highlight one of these, which is actually based on Bittrex. It was STPT. STPT. Yeah, the Standardized Tokenization Project. So interesting move here. Beautiful explosive movement on the 4-hour. But let's go back into this 45-minute. We're going to have a nice little look here. Now, this call went 32%. I believe it came just out of this area here, the second time across. Absolutely stunning move. Great little call. Took a while to get over the 200, rejected it back into this 50 moving average. Actually went DI negative, but then popped again. And to the analyst's credit, perfect entry here. Look, from here to here, we're talking about 32%. I mean, if we can teach you a methodology and a particular system that actually works, and then you can go off and start doing your own 30% calls, well, that's even better. Even better if you contribute back into the community, you make everyone aware. And that's one of the great things about the chat system at blockchaineducation.com.au. We actually have senior members, 24/7 professional analysts. I'm in there all the time. You see the CTO and the CEO. We're all just dropping in and out in all different time zones, keeping our eye on this market. So when this sort of thing happens, nobody's confused or surprised. We know about it. We know what's going on. Not only do we know about it, but we track all of the calls and the algorithmic signals every single minute. So we send those alerts into chat as well, so you can see the profit notification, so you can kind of gather and understand the momentum of the market for particular calls. You can talk to people. If you see 3 profit notifications in a row, 5, 10, 15%, you can think to yourself, you know what, that looks like it's rapidly going up. Is it still a good time to enter? Simply ask our guys. No problem. And our girls, don't forget, we've got Sonali and Sue in there, beautiful analysts, doing a great job. Great manual call, STPT on Bittrex. Highlights a thing I wanted to say. We do multiple calls on multiple different exchanges. So if you're a Binance trader, that's great. If you're on other exchanges, you're going to get fed as well. Fed, great calls, great entries, great signals from the algorithms. Nothing quite as good as Link this week. I absolutely love it when Link or other coins move up against US dollar Tether. So US dollar Tether is technically a token, but it is far more stable, obviously, than Bitcoin. So when I see coins or other digital tokens moving against the US dollar, I really love that, because I know that one side of the pair is quite stable and I can go back to it and then I can go to sleep at the end of the day and I don't have to worry about losing any sort of value. Once I'm in US dollar Tether, it's pretty much stable for the better part overnight. Now look at this absolutely stunning trend by Link. Let's actually see when it crossed that 200 and broke that 50. So we're talking about 7 days ago, 46% in 7 days. And remember, this is against US dollar Tether. So you throw in $1 million in here, you've basically just made $460,000 if you sell out in the last maybe 12 hours. That's insane. 460 grand on $1 million. Now, obviously, we don't all have $1 million to throw around. Certainly not me. I wish. But 46% is 46% in any market. And when you compare it to other traditional markets where you have to use a tremendous amount of leverage to make that sort of percentages, this is just great. You throw $50 in, throw $100 into Link, and you're up 46% in a week. Nothing confusing about this. ADX moving really well on a 4-hourly candle, looks even more impressive. Just absolutely explosive move straight out of this area. I'm going to go back to the 45-minute and talk about this algorithmic signal that came as we cross this 200 moving average here. So we had a move that came out of this area and went as high as 47% captured by the system in the last 7 days. Now we've called it multiple times since. Now I remember we called it here, we called it just in this area, we called it again here on the retrace. So multiple efforts. You could actually get in and trade this multiple times all the way up and actually get more than 47% because you trade the pullbacks as well. So absolutely stunning move by Link. Even more fantastic if all you care about is Bitcoin, because it did extremely well against Bitcoin as well. And no doubt Bitcoin ranging sideways, fairly stable, sitting around the $8,000 level. But look at this extensive move against Bitcoin for even longer, I think. It was sitting above the 200 moving average since the 17th of September. I mean, that is absolutely stunning. Against Bitcoin, Link has run 90% in the last 19 days. Absolutely stunning. Did we capture the full 90%? Pretty much. We caught it all. We called all the retraces, we called the algorithmic signals, multiple different calls. Link has been on our radar. I've been talking about it in the YouTube videos. Everything's time-stamped. You can go back, check out the chat. You can go and check out the profit notification. You go and check out the system. Link continued to doing impressive things. Higher highs, higher lows, still cruising above the 50 and the 200 moving average. The bands still spread out. RSI cave, dragging its head along the top of the RSI cave. And just an extensive uptrend over the last 19 days. Will it stop? I don't know. Doesn't look like it to me. It looks like it's doing really, really well. So if you're trading Link versus Bitcoin, you're making 90%. Absolutely incredible. All right, what else has been incredible recently? Well, we all know that MDA has been doing really great against BTC. So MDA continues to do insane-o things. This is also on a 45-minute chart. I remember we started calling it just as it broke that 200, recently running as high as 137% in 12 days. Multiple opportunities. I mentioned recently that this was a great place to be taking your profits. I think some people must have listened to me because we had a fantastic area here. Why did I say this area in particular was great? It was a psychological level, a 14,000 level. You can see up here, 14,000. Beautiful place to take profits. Great place to come back into this 50 moving average and start thinking about reaccumulating. A bit of scramble here, popped up again, and we recently just had another higher high. Are we going to continue higher? I don't know. MDA just looks really, really strong. Let's have a look at it on the 4 hour and just kind of get some sort of confirmation of where we're going. I got to say, on the 4 hour, it looks absolutely staggeringly attractive. Look at this. Strong move across the 200, down here on the ADX. Really strong positive candles, nice cyclic nature, cycles there. Got an ebb and flow of the strength, but at the end of the day, the strength of this trend is still sitting around about 50. That's absolutely staggering. Usually anything above 25 means you're trending. So really strong uptrend. We're really not seeing that much of a pullback here either, just in a couple of the bands. Beautiful, beautiful move by MDA. We're going to keep talking about that. And I've been talking about these huge moves over the last couple of weeks in the YouTube channel. Nothing to say that we're probably not going to be talking about this for the next 2 weeks. Now, something else that we recently talked about was IOTX. Now, this is an interesting move here. I'm going to put on this one. I think, yep, that's it. So lots and lots of sideways ranging action here. Just not much really to look at. And the algorithm was intelligent enough to get in just here as we made a new higher and a new higher low, broke the 25, broke the ADI, DI positive, and we have had a really massive, rapid move. Now, this has only been over the last couple of days. You can have a look here. I think coming out of this area, we've gone as high as 52% in a single day. Now, that is absolutely nuts. The system says we caught 54% of it, which is probably means that we caught it even down here. Yeah, I'd say probably just as it popped, the algorithm basically knew DI positive were going in 54% in a single day. If you're algorithmic, if you're trading the algorithm signals, or if you're in the hybrid auto trading system, did you know that you can actually get entered into calls and will automatically sell your coins automatically, completely while you sleep on autopilot through the blockchaineducation.com.au system? Absolutely insane. Some of those calls, including the ENG 50% call, we had guys in chat who went to sleep, woke up the next day, and they're up 30 and 40% because the system just automatically trades for them. It automatically puts a little slice of their money into the calls that the analysts do, and they trust them, and then, you know, that's it. Use automatic money. You can define how much you want to put into each call, how much you want to take profit on each call, all that sort of stuff. Absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to show you some of the calls in a second. Just overwhelming proof that we know what we're doing. ZIL, similar situation here, absolutely fantastic. Another quick 20% move, explosive move across the 50 and the 200, runs as high as 25%. Algorithm caught about 20%, probably a little bit more conservative in this area here. Might have even popped out here in the last 21 hours. So really, really nice collection of calls, collection of endorsed calls from members, collection of algorithmic signals. Let's go and have a look at the grand scheme of things. This is my summary page. Absolutely crazy activity over the last few days. As always, the calls in the system here are delayed somewhat. We're only showing you kind of what's happened, I don't know, a couple of days ago, a day and a half ago. If you want real-time signals, then come into the community, and we're doing that discount. Absolutely fantastic. Look at this. 14, 22, 11, 11, 9, 12, 10, 10, 50, 12, 22, 34, 13, and 24 just in the last 5 days from the analysts. So these are human analysts that we've trained, who are working around the clock in different time zone, who are looking at the chart, who are looking at the markets, who are posting up charts, commentary, putting their calls into the system. And a lot of our guys are auto trading. So what that means is, as soon as the analyst drops the call into the system, our system then goes and automatically buys these particular coins for our members, and then automatically sells at predefined selling points. So great collection here. I'm just going to scroll down even more, multiple double-digit calls here, all the way down over the last couple of weeks. Like I said, the market has been absolutely nuts. 57% on DOC, 58% on PPT, and then we saw the link moves. Absolutely crazy collection of calls by the analysts over the last 14 days. Each one of them hand drawn or hand created charts with hand typed commentary. No algorithms here, just analysts following our methodology and absolutely delivering superb results to the members who are automatically making money. Then on top of that, I said we had that fantastic 32% call on STPT, the standardized token protocol, or whatever they call it. And then we have algorithmic signals. Now look at the numbers here. 1, 26, 1, 3. Now remember, these ones are just maturing. They're only a couple of days old, but look at what happens when they mature. Double digits all the way. And look, then we get up into our 20s. I'm just going to scroll down as normal here. They're the short ones. Here come the medium ones. Even more insanity. Lots and lots, including our algorithmic entries on IOTX. We talk about that. I just keep scrolling. 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10. So we're going back a couple of weeks now. Absolutely huge moves, massive percentages, so much consistency here. Going back as far as 19 days, and these hot signals, these have been absolutely on fire. We deliver a lot more of these than I'm actually showing right now. These are just a summary, but you can see these hot signals absolutely going nuts. Bittrex 135%, staggering. Just keep on scrolling. 127% on ABT. Just keep on going. So some people have questioned whether or not we really can produce this type of consistency. Yes, we've had lots of support tickets from people. They can almost not believe their eyes. Yes, we can. There's a reason why we can do this, and that involves having multiple staff members 24/7 running our methodology for a few years, and then we encapsulated it in a set of algorithms, and we built a data collection platform that sucks up all the data from all the different exchanges in real time on the 1-minute ticker level. Then we run our algorithms over on that data. We throw up real-time alerts. We've been testing and tweaking it for years now, and ultimately we've spent basically $1 million developing this system. It's a combination of humans and algorithms. That's why we have hybrid automated trading, and recently we've signed a couple of deals with a couple of major trade automation companies to allow you to automate the entry and the exit on these signals, and we're already outperforming all of the other signals providers. We want to make a case in 2019, 2020 that nobody else out there is even close to producing this level of signals. Not just the gains, but the percentage and the consistency, the automation, the support, and the environment, the community that we're building here, along with the training videos that I do. So forgive me if I sound excited. Obviously, when I look at 100 or 200 different signals and calls that are all going absolutely bonkers, double digits up to 20 and 50 and 100%, I got to feel sort of proud of the analysts and proud of the tech team for building out these signals. Absolutely fantastic job, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let's talk numbers. Right now, doing a discount deal. If you're not a member, highly suggest you join. 7. What does 7 mean? 7-day refund policy. Yes, you can get in and test drive everything for 7 days. If you don't like it, we'll just give you a refund. You'll be nuts if you quit, I gotta say, because at the end of the day, we can deliver these sort of signals and algorithmic calls, and the analysts are there all the time. And as soon as you're with us for a couple of days, you'll realize, you know what, these guys know what they're doing. This is not about fundamental news or silliness or an amateur stuff. This is a well-tuned machine that is absolutely firing on all cylinders. And as far as I'm concerned, we're the best premium signals group out there. If you're interested in making money versus US dollar tether, as we saw against Link, or if you're interested in accumulating Bitcoin because you believe in Bitcoin's potential in the long term, then you definitely want to be trading in and out, day trading these different coins and making all this sort of money. I hope to see you in the community. I hope I've kind of pushed enough enthusiasm into the market with this video. I look forward to talking to you. Cheers.